Oh, that was really good how we all decided to look in some direction. Hi, I'm Champ Champenstein, and this is Cool Couch Corner, a side project of Talk Comics to Me involving our best friend, Christopher.
I've been upgraded to best friend.
You've
I
always...
tell everyone.
Yeah, I was saying you've been my best friend for like a period of time.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
We're best friends. Because we're the three best friends. Oh, you guys were supposed to hold my hand, but I guess we're not as good of friends as
I thought that was just like a thing.
Post-corona.
No, I was just waiting.
Oh, yeah, no, I was saying...
Come on. But you know what? Friendship is magic.
Yeah, okay.
My little pony.
So...
Oh, by the way, those were my suspenders.
I thought you were a robot.
yeah, I was like, I saw you like...
It's been unplugged.
Oh, not my wind-up.
Alright, and so we're here as robots to talk about Dark.
About
so,
Mr. Robot.
About Mr.
I've never watched the show, so I can tell you.
No, I couldn't say anything about Dark because, you know, as robots we don't know anything about time travel, so we have to upgrade our processors and
Zerp.
watch Dark to do it.
This is how we try to learn how to be human.
True.
Alright. Watching a German show.
So we're just starting season 2. Heather, do you got a breakdown for us?
I do, actually.
Breakdown.
Let me see if I can remember. Okay, so season 2, episode 1 opens with 2 boys. Oh,
Hello, I'm a boy.
They're not boys.
One
One of them is
somebody over there.
hello boy. Okay, it opens in the cave. There's 2. I said boy. I meant men. One of them's just a younger man. They're in this cave. They're hacking away. It's 1921.
Minus 33 from 65 or 69 or 59.
69.
Yeah.
No. It was 86, 53, 1920.
It was probably New Year's Day.
I did the math.
Yeah.
I did the math. It opens 1920. They're hacking. They're hacking away. They're making the tunnels and stuff within the cave. We find out that one of them is a young Noah.
Correct.
Yes.
I was like, did I remember his name? And the other guy. I don't remember his name.
They did not give him a name.
Okay, cool. Then I didn't just
He's
say
a
his name.
nameless man.
He was Hans.
Nameless man. They're a part of a weird religious thing who are into time traveling and stuff that's led by this man named Adam. The older man apparently lost his faith, so Noah's like, chop, kills him. But they're the ones who are building the time traveling doors and stuff with the phrase. What was the phrase?
Sigmundus.
Time travel.
So that's what it means, time travel.
Yeah.
And then you jump into the current timeline, which I guess at this point is 2020, because it's a little bit from the future where season 1 had ended, and you to find out that Ulrich and Jonas and obviously Mikkel are still missing, but they've been gone for about like 6 months,
Yeah, I think
something like
that's
that.
what they say.
And in that present time, they are, however, like a week away from a big catastrophic event that causes
My quotation happens.
Catastrophic.
Fake news, bro.
Oh my gosh. If Jonas doesn't do what he needs to, then it will be a catastrophic event. But right now it's catastrophic because it might not happen.
Time travel.
Time travel.
Who knows what happens?
I don't. Because I still don't understand time travel. Anyway, this dog just wants to
Just ham.
sow his seeds.
I might get it.
But yeah, you find out they are still missing. Jonas's mother is going a little crazy and is like, oh, I'm going to be dramatic and kill myself because I have nothing left to live for. My son and my lover are just gone.
And my husband is dead.
Yes, that too.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was the order Hannah would have went in.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's right, my husband did kill himself.
Yeah, I mean, probably isn't even sad about Jonas being gone. She's just like,
She has
Ulrich!
no man in her life anymore, so it's the end of the world, clearly. But
lucky girl, to be honest.
doesn't have to deal with men. That sounds perfect.
No.
But while she's contemplating suicide, future Jonas shows up and is like, "Mom, let me tell you who I am." And she, for a minute, freaks out, but then sees a scar and is automatically like, "Of course you're my son." He explains to her time travel and all that kind of stuff, and then he is integrated back into the family home, and they just continue on with their... This doesn't actually happen.
I was like,
It's
did
just
I watch Dark
It was
so
just
many
a
times
weird
and
thing
miss
to
all
me,
this?
because, like, if someone was still explaining all that stuff that he explained to Hannah, like, yeah, this is from where I did this and this and this, I would still be like, how long have you been watching this family? Like, I'm still weirded out, like... Because time travel doesn't make sense to me. So I would still just be like, nah, you're not my kid. Get out of my house. Weird. So then there is a new officer. I was going to say a new sheriff in town. But there's a new...
Yeah, no, that's a good way to put it.
A
I like
new
that.
investigator who is working on the case of the missing people with Charlotte, and he is weird as hell. I don't like him. He's rude. He's aggressive.
Can't drive.
He uses...
Wow.
That's cool. As someone who can't drive.
Oh, you can. You can drive. I'm pretty, like, you can drive.
I mean, I have the ability,
Yeah.
but I can't drive
Yeah.
legally. Anywho.
Ethically.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But he speaks in riddles, like, instead of just talking like a normal human being, he always uses, like, weird examples of things.
I don't think you're reading the subtitles. I think you're just hearing the German.
That's all I'm doing. Like, I have no idea what's actually happening in the show. This is all based off of, like, just me visually seeing. I'm surprised I even know these people's names. But yeah, he's working with Charlotte on this case, or multiple cases of the missing kids. Cut to Regina, who is dying. Well, is she actually dying, or is she just like
we are all
suffering
dying,
from
yes,
it?
but she is dying.
She is dying.
She is legitimately dying.
Yeah,
Okay.
she has cancer. She is.
Yeah, she does have
dying.
cancer. I just didn't know if it was at the point where it was like, well, we're just trying to make you comfortable now, or if she still has like hope and stuff, you know?
I didn't read it
No,
that
I'm pretty
way.
sure.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
one foot in the grave, other on a banana
That's-
peel.
I
Well,
think that's why, like, when she got the results, she was like so upset. 'Cause it was
Right.
just like,
Well, and I know that like,
well,
Yeah, like,
I know that's how I would. Do it.
and I know
gotta
that
set this down. Now.
Bart
Do I
was
keep
like,
this?
yeah, my mom's dying and stuff. But I didn't know.
Are we watching The Simpsons?
yeah.
I just can never pronounce his name correctly, so I just decided to start calling him Bart.
It's understandable.
But he had said, you know, my mom's dying,
Sounds
but
like
I
an
didn't know if
American
that was
thing.
him, like,
Hey, we'll call you Bart now.
Kid Bart. Him and Marta break up finally. Like, why did that take so long? Like, that just seemed like a weird thing. Yes, there's that. But then in the... Katharina keeps going into the cave.
You can say that, but not Bartosz.
no.
Bartos. She keeps visiting the cave because obviously with Ulrich being gone, she all of the case information was like left in the
Scared.
house, so she sees that there's some sort of connection in the cave but doesn't understand why. Like, she knows that he had been like investigating there and the door to the power plant and stuff like that. She's obviously not finding anything because she doesn't find the red string. And then in the...
Well, what happens to that red string?
See-
Like, Jonas just like, alright, I gotta.
Jonas
pack
ravels
this
it up and takes it with him. In the future, we meet my boy Jonas. He is stuck there. It's 1952. There's like, obviously the catastrophic event that happened that's going to be happening in the past had already happened in the future. So they're dealing with the fallout of all of that. And we find out that...
Oh, wait, are you talking about Jonas in the future?
No,
I love
current
that
kid
band.
Jonas just hanging out in the future because he got stuck there.
Oh, okay. You said 1952, and I was like...
Oh, I meant 2052.
I was like...
Sorry, the future. The world is ended. Well, at least the world is ended for Wyndon. nowhere else in the world. I'm not even gonna get into that.
They just don't talk about the rest of the
Yeah, they
world.
just don't.
But would you? You'd be like, oh, we haven't heard from America in a while. Like, who gives a shit? Like, thank goodness.
In a dome, like, no one can leave, and I don't know. Winden is the only thing that exists in this world. But the survivors are all being led by Elizabeth, if you remember, is the deaf one.
It took me like so long. Like when I first watched it, I didn't catch it. Like she's doing ASL and everything, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And then like the cut to her face, I was like, I'm dumb. Like why didn't I pick that up? Like,
I mean, that's how I felt too. I was like, oh my god, there's more than one deaf person. And we were introduced to
good job, Netflix.
Yeah.
Diversifying. Yeah. Oh no, just one.
I mean, because Yasin was deaf too, but they were just like dead.
Oh, like ooh, we reached max capacity here.
We gotta murder that one.
They didn't even give him a fucking chance. Anyway, so this group is being led by Elizabeth, and she has a rule that no one is allowed beyond or past the wall, which is where the power plant was. But Jonas is like, fuck you, I'm not even from this timeline. I'm just gonna keep doing whatever the fuck I want, and he does. And he breaks into the, I don't know. Would it be breaks in? Because the door was open. He just kind of like, whatever. He goes into the power plant. Yeah, he trespasses. And he finds the God particle. The moving sphere.
Like chilling out. Like,
yeah.
And listens to a tape that was recorded by Claudia. I was like, what is that woman's name?
Like I said, I always get her mixed up with Regina on accident.
Yeah. But yeah, he finds out that, there's like a wormhole there essentially, but it's unstable, so he's not able to do anything with it. And then Egon, who's the police, is like maybe
he's the police.
He is
police.
the police. He's
good
like
police.
Maybe what I was doing
There's
in the
no
past.
good police.
There isn't.
Oh, Charlotte.
Charlotte's not a police, she's a mother.
Mother first, police second.
Yeah, clearly. You saw how she just like evaded that entire interview. It was like, oh, I gotta go pick up my kid.
I
was like, she avoided all of that though. She didn't go to her daughter at all.
But I mean, she's a true mother. She used the kid as an excuse.
yeah.
But yeah, Egon is sitting there in
We have all had real good
1986.
childhoods.
I swear it.
I hate my childhood.
It's a different podcast.
Yeah, it's literally called Talk Comics to Me presents I Hate My Childhood, where we just talk about, we play the game, is this abuse or is this normal?
It's normal. Because like if you
It's
Well,
normal
that's the real
abuse.
question.
like well if you're just talking with other like abused working class people, then yeah. It's only until you get outside the box where you're like, what do you mean your parents ever yelled at you? Like what?
So you mean my mom beating me in fucking Bonanza when I was like 6 it
Like,
wasn't
what?
normal?
Was it normal?
But I was like grabbing stuff off the shelves. Like
Like how do you
How else would you teach this child?
yeah, like
I was touching everything after she told me to keep my hands in the cart.
I was thinking about that too actually, like when you two were like talking about work, like doing things for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, they're communicating so well. I was like, I can't communicate with someone like that. Like I gotta get through like 6 jokes before I ask for cable bill money. Like I'm just gonna be like ask like outright. Jesus, who am I? Who am I, the King of England?
No, just come out and do it. You're the Prince of Wales.
That kind of Wales?
Yeah,
Good.
of course.
All right, sorry.
Because abuse. So anyway, back to Dark.
We've been there.
Egon, the police, is kind of doubting some of the stuff that he did while he was still on the force, because at this point he is retired. So he decides to go back to, I feel like he was just reading old cases, and he remembers our boy Ulrich, who is still alive. He was in the past. He never got sent back to the future because, like I had mentioned before, he got arrested, so there was no way out. So he is currently, in 1986 anyway, in a mental institution because he was accused of the
Not accused.
murders.
He did beat a child.
Right. No, I'm saying he was accused of the 2 other kids' murders,
yeah.
but which obviously he didn't do. But because he did actually hug his face in with a freaking rock, they were like, we're just gonna lock you up because we don't want to deal with you. You're screaming about like the future, asking where your kid is. we don't know anything
Asking about where that kid was.
Yeah.
like,
Coming around bloody and
Yeah,
shit.
running around in the past with future clothes on, just covered in blood, and going like,
it's never good. It's never a good look.
yes.
And he's lanky too. So
I
it's
feel like that's what he did when the cop car stopped. Like when he realized that it was Egon, he
Like
went,
a Bigfoot.
and then just took off through the. I mean, that dude. If I saw him running through the woods, I'd be like, who is that dude? Anywho,
Sorry.
I'm trying to remember like what I've said.
I was
what
like,
I
and you're not
haven't
even
said.
like halfway done because you haven't talked about like Claudia had a whole storyline. This is long as fuck.
Okay, so then also in 1986,
Yeah, you have you've done great. This is
Yeah.
an intense recap.
Claudia gets to her job where she runs into future Claudia. Future Claudia tells her all about her life and tries to get her to believe. It's just a whole mess.
Time travel
But then speaking of
conundrum.
time travel conundrums, Jonas explains time traveling to his mother and is like, let me take you on a little trip.
Which seems like a terrible idea, as we know Hannah. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that woman with anything.
She just becomes the
You just-
Biff.
Yeah, no, seriously.
She just starts fucking shit up.
She's like, oh, you mean so I can ruin Ulrich's life this way? Let me do it. So he takes her back to 1986 to see Mikkel at home with Ines as a little kid and kind of makes the correlation that actually time travel is a thing. Future Jonas is telling the truth. What the fuck? And then, cries.
Oh, what was the food they were having? Like pancakes with like pineapples on them?
Yeah.
Is that a German thing or
What was the name that they called them?
pineapple pancakes?
Hawaiian?
Hawaiian surprise. Like,
Yeah, I think
Was that what it was?
I think that was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that just
Either
sounds.
that or it sounds like something we.
Yeah,
we
hey buddy, you want some Hawaiian surprise? Like, yeah, I do.
That's what I'm going to name every strain of weed that I find from now on.
Either that or confidential.
Dang, dude.
That way it keeps
Hawaiian
it.
confident.
Oh, just say
confidential.
like, what is that? It's confidential. I'm like, what? Like, is that what it's called, or you can't tell me? And you're like,
Oh, no, it's confidential.
It's confidential.
It's confidential. Okay, so then we gotta stay on track, dudes.
We're on track.
I'm usually the one off track.
You're time
we're
traveling.
doing great.
No, we are. I'm just trying to remember.
This is content based.
We're a machine churning out internet juice.
Love that. Give me the internet juice.
No.
No.
I think we did it though.
But I am missing a key. Oh yeah, this part. Where Charlotte and the new investigator who can't drive. They are questioning.
He's a virgin who can't drive.
Well, you're just a virgin who can't drive. They are interviewing.
I'm gonna have to make that a meme. I'm sorry.
Regina.
They hang him over the railing in a mall. Like, I mean, you're like, is this Clueless? Like, is Dark a time travel Clueless?
That would be just really funny. That was always one of my favorite lines in the movie because of course, when I got the movie, I was watching like the behind the scenes stuff, and Brittany Murphy was like, I always loved saying that line because like when I said that at the time, I was a virgin who couldn't drive, and I was like, damn, dude, me too.
Oh man.
I was a child who was obviously
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Like, good to know.
And that was also how I found out that Paul Rudd's parents are first cousins.
Oh, so that's why he's so young.
And
it's
that's-
like the mismatched genes.
And then that's why, Clueless, the love story is totally chill, that there's
It makes sense, yeah.
Or, what was it?
Step siblings is like not taboo at all.
FD, I actually ahead of their time the way the board game is now. Let's be honest. It's all step stuff.
What?
It's awesome.
Are you not on the internet?
Oh, you're talking about porn right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I thought you said Jason Bourne. I was
That too. Oh, you didn't see the last one?
No, I've only actually watched the first one, and that was Braden and I watched it the other night, and I was like, I hate this movie so much.
It's like the camera's gonna do this, and Matt Damon's gotta find out who.
Okay,
he
so the
is.
virgin who can't drive in Charlotte.
Yes, they are interviewing Regina, because they're going back and re-interviewing pretty much everyone
They're redoing
in
the
town.
case.
Yeah, they're redoing it because there are incomplete facts. So
Did you like that line?
Regina is telling them about the stranger who we now know as future Jonas, how he
We know cops
went to
facts all the time.
yeah, they don't finish anything.
Johnny Law never caught nobody. Prove me wrong.
Dark does.
Okay, we'll find out. Yeah, they catch the time bandit. That's the one fucking people the police catch is the time bandit. That's great. That makes me feel good.
It's a joke.
Okay, good. I was like, what? We got you,
Like,
Noah.
they caught Ulrich, but at the wrong time.
The time police, we got you. Speaking of which, after this, we're going to talk about...
Hands up, we're the time police.
It's a RoboCop.
I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. RoboCop showed up, like... Dead or alive, you're coming with me. I'm like, coming with you, man. Like,
Oh yeah, take me in.
yeah. And the end would be a good time to find out where his handcuffs are, because
Yeah.
he never pulls those out, dude.
It's because he's always murdering people. He just literally shoots most people who are doing bad things.
Yeah, like, his programming is 100%. Like,
That's just, they switched it. Like, it's that programming like in Chucky. It's like the programmer was like, oops, I gotta go kill myself after this. Better write this programming in where this man just murders criminals instead of trying to do anything good for them.
like, I see your problem. You got your robot stuck on evil. Like, oops.
All you gotta do is flip that switch.
Alright, we have definitely gotten off topic. Sorry.
That's cool. I was just waiting for you guys to get it all out.
Can't.
So they're talking about how the stranger stayed at Regina's hotel,
like,
and
what are
when
you
he
talking
left, he left a bunch of his stuff behind. So she has like a box full of it. Charlotte kind of goes through it and realizes that there are pieces or pages from the book that her grandfather Tannhaus. I can never remember if it's Tannhaus or Tannhaus.
I believe it is Tannhaus.
Okay. She finds pages from his book, and he is obviously the one who raised her, so she's kind of concerned about that. So she makes up the excuse, I gotta go pick up my kid, and she leaves.
She kind of does it exactly like that. It definitely looks like it's not real.
Kid!
I'm trying to think, like, future Claudia ends up, like, going through...
She buries the time travel box in her backyard.
That's what it was.
50s.
Okay, I was like, I know I'm missing like 2 more key points with Claudia, but I can't remember what they are. The outfit she wore, by the way, 1986, Claudia. That outfit was baller.
Yeah.
Um,
The shoulder pads, I think it's just made her look so powerful.
And she dug a hole in it. It's still in high heels too. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Claudia is probably one of my favorites just because she is just like a force.
She is.
Yeah,
She's one of my
so
favorites.
I'm very, very into her. If she was my mom, I would probably hate her though too, so I get it.
We all do.
Yeah.
She only wants the best. Is that a crime?
Oh, that's how it ends. That's right. So
Well, you know how the show ends.
Yeah, like,
I've got it. Don't you worry. I'll tell you all about it right now.
They're stapled together.
ooh.
So Jonas in the future. Where is his name on here? Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know why I had to point at it. Jonas in the future is caught by Elizabeth and their gang. Exiting the wall that he wasn't supposed to go behind, and the punishment for that, regardless of like the situation, is death. So she's like, "Yo, we're gonna hang you." So she hangs him, and then starts to feel some sort of like feelings and shoots him down, which causes a ruckus between the gang. Mainly her translator, which I cannot remember her name because she doesn't understand why he was freed. So she goes to his cell and is like, you're going to show me what you know because I need to understand her reasonings behind this. So he takes her to the power plant where the God particle is. They figure out how to stabilize it, and he disappears through it.
Which is a correlation to the first part of the episode about people losing their faith. Because homie had to chop homie down, and she was like, oh, I just can't take homie on her word. So I need answers, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There it is. That's it.
Let's start. Any jokes, questions, concerns?
Just that little piece I just said right there. What was it? No. It's a good show. I'm enjoying it. But my mind's still tripping about like the reason I brought up the Claudia part, because like her burying the box and it's still being there is like one of those like hard. It's simple, But it's like, so you're telling me from like for what 33 years or whatever, or 66 years or whatever, that no one like dug it up or bumped into it? Nothing. It just like stayed there.
Especially because it was like in an area where they developed the housing and shit.
Yeah, like if they're putting pipes and shit or whatever, they got like it's Germany.
But she like already lived her life and knows like how the house is set up. So like she's going back in time like as an old person who's already lived through all of this.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
But like that's another thing though. It's like with time being all crazy, like is the box in some kind of like flux though? Like, it's because, like, only person who knows about it is her. It's like a Schrodinger's cat kind of thing. So it's like...
Well, no, Tannhaus knows about it.
But I mean, like, but where she buries it, though. Like,
Yeah.
she's the only person who knows where it is when it's buried.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's it. So no one's going to run into it or not. So, like, so it's just there throughout all time. No, like, no one knows. But it's like, but fucking how? It makes no fucking sense. It's just mind-numbing. For her to like, because they bury it, she buries it and digs it up at the same time, essentially, the way that like shots present it. So it's like, yeah, I get it. She buried it, but it's like it's so. But with time travel inside of it, it's just like this hurts my brain. I don't like this.
Yeah, it's one of those things that is just like, oh, why?
Yeah. And
How?
but it's not supposed to make sense. It's time travel.
Yeah,
we're humans, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Heather, anything from you?
None.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just recording a cute little video
Okay.
of us doing stuff.
What about you?
I actually did not write any questions down. I totally forgot. But I suppose, like, is this how you thought this like season would start, or do you have any expectations at all?
Not necessarily. I mean, I thought it would be more focused on Jonas in the future, and which it is to an extent. I just thought it was going to be more about that.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that it ends before young Helge was dropped into another time, and we haven't seen anything about him there.
Yeah.
So I was kind of confused by that, and I want to know what's happening and like why it took so long for Bart and Marta to break up. Like,
it takes a while for that kind of, they can't see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, and I know they are kids and they probably just weren't talking at all during that time period, and that was like, because it seemed like that was
ignoring his calls constantly.
Right, but it seems like that's the first
But he was
time
like, that's usual, that's norm, right?
talked since like Jonas was gone, and that, I mean, and kids are just affable at affable. I'm ready to eat, dog. I'm clearly hungry.
I definitely have food for us. I was also gonna say, like, Adam, like, you kind of get that like brief introduction to him. Is that a character that intrigues you, and you're just like, fuck that dude?
No, he's gross.
The name alone, you're just like.
But I guess I did have a question about, so the weird cult that they're in, is it a time traveling cult? Like, is that what they're being presented as, and that's why Charlotte's, like, doesn't know what's going on?
I suppose that is one way to kind of describe them.
Okay, and then my other part to that is when young Noah is being talked to, that's future Noah talking to him, right? Like, he's talking to himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's how I remembered it, but I wasn't sure if that's actually like what had happened or if that's just what I wanted it to be.
But
okay.
He's talking to himself. Okay. Just trying to give himself like that courage and
right.
be like, all right, you got more
to
shit.
Do what needs to be done.
Yeah, you got more shit ahead of you.
Okay, cool.
I was thrown out by Noah's like priest uniform or costume.
Yeah, it's a costume.
Because I was thinking, I was like, has there been any mention of like Christ? I was like, are they? I just thought there was like some weird
and that's
sect
why
of Christianity there.
Yeah, and that's why I assumed that it was like a cult, is because they're masquerading as like one thing, and that's not really what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Which would get me into a church though, like time traveling Jesus.
Oh no, I would stay far away from that. For one, I don't trust churches. For two, time travel doesn't make any sense to me, and I would stray far away from that. I would tell the cops. The one situation where I would call the cops and be like, look, Doc, I'm like concerned. I don't know what to do. This is suspicious.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, no, I don't have anything else really, because this second season, we're about to watch episodes 3 and 4, which is halfway through it, since it's only 8 seasons, so...
Oh, it's 8 seasons now?
Or 8 seasons. 8 episodes, yep. We're just...
You're hungry!
I'm also hungry. I've been hungover all day. I've ate several meals.
I ate Freddy's for breakfast.
Oh, wow.
I woke up and Brayden was like, hey, I got Freddy's. It's downstairs on the table. And I was like, what time is it, dude? It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. We're eating Freddy's already? All right, let's do this.
Cheese curds?
I ate cheese curds and french fries and a double California.
All right.
And then fell right back asleep for 4 more hours, so.
Amazing.
That's you celebrating your, that's American.
It's my day off, though.
All right. Nothing. It is Dark Day. Let's watch Dark.
Let's watch Dark.
Like and subscribe wherever those buttons
all
are.
All over these buttons. Just
press
them all, except for the thumbs down, please. I will cry.
Yeah.
Or press the thumbs down.
And then immediately unpress it.
And at me, dude.
And then press the thumbs up and add us.
On everything. Instagram.
Yeah.
Zanga. Tumblr.
They deleted Zanga.
They deleted.
All right, we'll deal with that emotion later. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll check you on the flippity flip.